So what is HTML5? Okay, we'll come to that. But before, just keep this thing in mind. This is the latest version of HTML. There is XHTML, HTML4, and all other things. But we are not going to discuss those. I'm just going to stay with the HTML5. And once you will gain some experience, this will be more easy to understand, and you will get it by yourself. You don't need any help for that. So, and again, this tutorial series is going to be kind of long, right? This is not only about HTML or CSS or JavaScript. It'll be kind of related to web development. I have decided that I'll start with HTML5 and CSS3, maybe, and then I'll continue with Bootstrap, JavaScript, and if I can also React and Vue. So yeah, I'm just trying to give you a complete web development package here. So if you want to support my journey, so make sure you are subscribing to my channel and even like my video if you like it as well. So what is HTML? HTML is the backbone of websites, and what is that? That's kind of like, no matter what kind of a website you are developing, you need HTML for that. Maybe it's hidden, you are not writing HTML there, but you need a HTML to keep your website stand up. So how is it happening? So think of it like a skeleton. HTML is like a skeleton of website. It's just like a human body. A human body need a skeleton to run or stand, and HTML does that work for websites. It helps websites to change the text language into a visual canvas. So it's like you can write text, and HTML will convert this code into a website. So it will be visual for you, and you can see it inside a browser. So yeah, that's what HTML does, and which takes us to our next point. It's an hypertext markup language, and yeah, it's not a programming language as well. So now, why is it markup language? Because just like I told you, it's not gonna do any logical work for you. What it's doing, like, it's converting your text or code into a markup language so that you can visualize it inside a browser. So that's all what HTML does here for us. And well, I'll not say that's all HTML does, but this is what we need to know if we want to go along with HTML or HTML5. So yeah, and it's quite easy. Don't worry about it. I'll discuss little more theory about HTML5, and after that we'll move with the code. But before that, next thing we need is environment setup. So to set up our environment, first thing we need a code editor to write our code, and also we have to create a file. And yeah, that's it. That's what we need to write code. To set up your environment, first thing you need is a code editor, and you can just download this Visual Studio Code. It's pretty much easy. You can download it for Windows, and if you have any other operating system, just go for it. It's not a big deal. Just download and press next. It's gonna install the editor for you, and believe me, it's the easiest thing to do. So yeah, just download it so that you can use it. After that, inside your desktop or any drive, find an empty place. It will be easy for you to manage all the files and all, but you can do it inside desktop as well. After that, create an empty directory. I have created this tutorial directory here, and open up the Visual Studio Code which you have just installed. Now we have this Visual Studio Code here. Maybe you will be getting some welcome message or something like that, so don't get confused or overwhelmed there. So just go to the file. You can create new file, but before that, just open the folder. Click on this. Now here you have to open the folder you want to open. In that case, we are going to open up this tutorial folder. Now as you can see, I have opened this tutorial folder. You can click here, new file, and just create index.html. And we have our HTML file. Now we can write anything we want, but we'll not write it right now, but because before that we have to set up a little more thing, and that is inside this extension, search for live server. Don't believe me, it's gonna make your life much more easier. So here, this extension, just install it, this live server extension, and then restart it once you are done. After that, when you will write any code, like anything you want to write, you can just click on this open with live server, and it will open a live server for you in your browser. So we'll come to that part later. That's how you are gonna build up your environment and start work. No matter what kind of a project, web development project you are gonna do, you will start kind of like this, or maybe there is some different, but those are advanced topic. We'll discuss them later sometime, but just for the beginners, just keep this in mind. We are gonna do it like that. And next you are gonna write the code, but before that we have to understand a little bit about the tags and elements. We'll just take a look at that, and after that we'll write our first code of HTML. So let's see what is elements and tags. So after setting up our environment, we'll write code. That's later, but before writing code we need one more thing. That is, we have to know that is HTML tags or syntax, whatever you want to say. HTML tags and syntax are everything in HTML, because this is the code you will be writing as a HTML. So as you can see in the slide, I have HTML5 elements like P, which represent a paragraph tag. So suppose you need a paragraph inside a website, so you will use P for P tag for that, and we'll see the practical exam in the next video. But yeah, that's what we can do here. Also, this BR is a line break tag, and also HR. And check out the differences here. Like P is there is a closing tag and an opening tag, but for the BR and HR we don't have any closing tag. They're standalone tags. Like you can call them self-closing as well, like we use in React or anything. I am sorry, I know you have no idea about that, but don't worry, we'll learn it as well. So as you can see in the more example, we have head, which represent the head section of body, like where we keep our meta tags, and title. Don't worry, we'll cover it as well. If you are finding this confusing, then we'll see the practical uses in next video, so it will be more clear for you. So don't worry about it, just keep these things in mind, and you don't have to understand everything. You have to keep this in mind. We keep all the body things inside body, which is I know pretty much obvious. Okay. Also header, and just see this thing, head and header are different thing here. Head contains all the meta tag and titles. There is nothing inside body, but header exists inside a body tag. Like it helps you to visualize the header section of your website. So same with the footer, and yeah, these are kind of self-explanatory tags, so you don't have to worry about it. We'll see all the practical uses of these tags, and believe me, you're gonna love it, and it will be pretty much easy than you were thinking. So don't worry about that, just hang on with me. In the next video we'll see how we can use these tags and make a beautiful websites.